Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy. I'm your host and founder and CEO of the Bobby White Foundation. So thanks for joining us. Um, of course, I have to do this every time first so I don't forget. I want to thank John Gaston with Area 52 Media Group for producing our show. He does an awesome job. He's behind the scenes today. It's really good. So if you want to have your own show, hey, get a hold of them. It's so easy, and John makes it so comfortable, and y- you can do it from your own location. It's really cool because we are actually in the office of the Bobby White Foundation, and he's in Georgia. So it's really cool. Um, and our sponsor, Dylan Gaston with the mortgage firm, and I was so excited this weekend. I went to a fundraiser and I got to see her. I don't get to see her that often because she goes between here in Newport Richie and Orlando and Georgia. And it was just so nice to see her and give her a big hug. It was great. But anything mortgages, seriously, she's your gal. So it's really been a crazy week. We are still, we're towards it. Can you believe it? Labor Day weekend. I just don't know where time goes. Um, trying to. I'm like really not organized today. Our support groups are coming up, so this is going to be Labor Day weekend. So we're coming up on September. Um, our next support groups are going to be Spring Hill is on the 10th at the NAMI office in Spring Hill. I will not be at that one. Our facilitator, Kathy, will be there because that is the night before Art for Hope. And I know I'm just going to be going crazy. So, but Kathy will be there. So it's still on. Um, be sure to go. And then the West Pasco one is on the 18th. So, like I said, Art for Hope, you can put that back, um, is coming up, and I think that's partly why I'm going crazy because it's gonna be here like in what, less than 2 weeks. We're getting things all together, having volunteer meetings, even though everything falls into place, but it just gets kind of crazy this year. Plus the fact that I added another event that doesn't help me. But we've got great sponsors. We still have some sponsorships coming in, I believe, and you can still sponsor the event. It's not a sad event. It's an uplifting event. Oh, darn! I forgot, but I just remembered. We have a great keynote speaker. Melvin, I cannot pronounce his last name right now because I do not have it in front of me. He actually has been on our show. He is the founder of Stairway for Heroes. I hope I didn't mess that up. I'll put all the information in the comments. He is a U.S. Navy veteran. Who struggled with suicide ideology. He's a really great guy. He's doing great work in Tampa Bay to help veterans and their mental health. So we secured him this week as our keynote speaker, and I'm super excited about that. We've always had really great speakers, but actually, this is the first time that we've had a speaker that actually struggled himself with suicide ideology. Our speakers in the past have always been a lost survivor, but with us having this on it falling on 9/11 this year, we wanted either a veteran or somebody, a first responder from 9/11, to kind of tie that all together a little bit. And I've known Melvin for about a year and a half. I've met him down at the Center Club, and he's a great guy. He's going to be a great speaker and share his story of what our veterans go through, um, either while serving or transitioning from service to civilian life. Um, we don't know what that's like, not having served and knowing several people. Well, I did live it for a while because my first husband actually was a Vietnam veteran, and I lost him. Oh goodness sakes, we're gonna be coming up on, I think, in a couple years. So 38 years ago, I lost him to a careless driver, ran him over. Um, but I know the struggles that he went through during the time that we were together, and it's really hard. It's really hard. So I was so grateful that Melvin agreed to be the keynote speaker. And what I'll do is I'll go back into the shows and I'll find out which show he was on, what episode, and I got to make a note. I will put that in the comment notes of the show, so that if you want to go back and look at um, that show that he was a guest on, that would be cool. If you can't, especially if you're not local and you can't attend the event. So our sponsors, and you can still be a sponsor. Our big sponsors, of course, is Area 52 Media Group and Tammy White Galleries. And then we also have our next level sponsors, which is Lucas Magazine and Dyer Injury Lawyers. Super, super nice people. They don't want you to get in an accident, but if you do, they're really good people. The Rotary Club of the Nature Coast, which is my Rotary group. And Precision Survey and Mapping. They've been with us from the very beginning, also, just like Area 52. Precision is the survey company that Bobby worked for, and I really super appreciate their support. Also, our next one is JR World Travel and Tim Holiday State Farm. And I made a new slide for this and I didn't put it in. Paul Atherton, he is a sponsor at this level. So, and I made a new, for the next one, I made a new slide and forgot to put it in. Our dessert sponsor, Leanne's Old Fashioned Cookies, and our photographer, Rick Redmond from Rick Redmond Photography. So I'll get those switched out next week, like the week before the event. So it'll be all good. It's just been one of those kinds of weeks. A lot of ups and downs again. And sometimes I just wonder if I don't know if I'm just spinning. I had spoken before about like Rotary. So our district club, I am the chair of our mental health initiatives action group, and we're trying to get one of the local healthcare organizations in our area to adopt the Building Bridges, the mental health care thingy for our youth, ages 6. I think it's ages 6 to 17. And I had mentioned I had met the CEO of the organization, and I emailed him, and I emailed him again the other day, and I don't know. I'm just gonna say it because I'm not saying who it is. So, I put on the email all this information. There was a video and scholarship forms for the pediatricians and stuff. And you know how I wanted to make sure that he got it. So it was in the options, high priority, exclamation point, and delivery receipt, red receipt. And the other morning, I go and I look in my emails, and it was delivered. And in my email, it said like at 2:57 a.m. I was like, "What are you doing looking at your emails at that time of the morning?" He deleted it without even looking at it. And I was like really hurt. I'm like, "Oh no, I've been deleted. I don't think anybody's deleted me before." And I tend to take things personally, even though I know that a lot of the stuff that I shouldn't, but that's just who I am. But I talked myself through it, and I was like, "It's okay. We'll do a workaround." And I knew that I had the opportunity to see him um, this week at a community breakfast, but I knew he was going to be just way, way too busy to see me, and even he probably even wouldn't remember me because he only met me once. So the day before the community breakfast, which was Wednesday, so Tuesday, I was looking at something on Facebook, and um, I'm pretty sure it was Facebook. Somebody had mentioned in a post, somebody was looking for a therapist for a child or a teenager, and this guy's name came up. Not the CEO's name. It was a different guy. And so I was like, huh. And he was with the same organization. So I came into the office and I wrote this guy's name down, and I'm like, that's who I need to get in touch with, that guy. So I went to the breakfast, which was at 7:30 in the morning, and I don't like doing 7:30 in the morning things anymore. But I was like, you got to go, at least make an appearance. I took the pediatrician's workbook for this building bridges thingy, and just in case. And so I was put at a table, like, oh, I wasn't near a lot of people that I knew, and I'm looking around, and I'm seeing everybody sitting together, and I'm at this table with this lady that I did not know, and I was like, it's okay, I'll just sit here and just kind of observe. And our district governor for our Rotary District 6950, Becky Bennett, she came over. She was very nice, and so I spoke with her, and I told her what happened, because she used to work there at this for this clinic, and she says, "Yeah, he's gonna just be really busy, but maybe I'll get you in touch with." And she gave me a couple of other names. "I'll email you these people," and I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." So the whole event, it was really nice. Keynote speaker was from Moffitt Cancer Clinic, and real good speaker, real nice guy. Community awards given out. It was a nice event. Of course, it was a fundraising event, but this other guy came and sat at our table, and didn't really say too much. And they had a video going of what they have accomplished this year, which was really cool, because actually one of the gals in the video I have known for years, and so it was that was kind of cool. So I noticed that this other guy in the video is the guy sitting at our table. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. But I was doing something else, so I didn't see his name when he was first introduced on the video. So we go through, the breakfast is winding down, and the couple other people that were at our table, they left, and it was me and this other gentleman. And so he started talking to me, yeah, how's your day going, blah blah blah. And so I said, it's going really pretty good. And I said, by the way, I said, what do you do for this organization besides being on the video? And so he told me what he did, and he actually was the, like, main psychiatrists for this organization. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to speak with you. So I introduced myself and told him just briefly about the foundation, but he went into this program for our mental health initiatives action group. And he was basically a teeny bit familiar with it. And he said that, they were going to be talking about it. He was going to have a big meeting with um, the pediatricians and other people in his organization. And I said, well, I said, he didn't have a card on him. I said, if you email me, I gave him my card, I will send you all the information. I said, I have tons of information. I have the scholarship forms available. And so, the pediatricians can go through the training, and it doesn't cost you guys anything. It's and they get CEUs for the training. And I said, oh, by the way, I said, what's your name? And he told me his name, and I was like, my jaw dropped. I was like, oh my God, I just wrote your name down yesterday. It is actually sitting on my notepad on my desk right now. It was the guy that I needed to meet, that I knew I needed to meet. And he was sitting right there. So, I was just, and even he, oops, sorry about that. Um, even he said, as I think this way all the time, and some people think that Bobby used to call it my voodoo stuff, but I believe the universe works in mysterious ways. And even he said something, he goes, something was right with the universe today. And it was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So he did email me that afternoon. And so I sent all the information over to him and, kindly asked him, please keep me in the loop. So hopefully when he gets together with the pediatricians and the other people that he told me in the organization, that this will move forward with this clinic. And we have, I think, about 6 of them in our county. There's 2 in Hernando County, and they're going to be expanding in Hernando County, which is really great because that's where kind of our focus is with the foundation is Tampa Bay, and we can send our purple folders anywhere, and plus our show goes everywhere. So, but boots on the ground focus is Pasco County and Hernando County, and that's kind of also how we set up our Rotary Club, is so that we could service both counties. So that's exciting. We don't have a meeting this week with the chairs of the action groups within Florida, but the goal is to get this Building Bridges program into these community healthcare centers all throughout Florida. I think, I don't know if I think I saw it. I don't know if I mentioned it the last show, because I can't remember when I saw it, when we were at a meeting, and it showed, and I'm actually, I think I can get that slide and maybe show it, because it shows all our districts in Florida, and the goal is to get all the clinics in Florida to have this mental health program in these community clinics all throughout Florida. But like our district, which is Citrus County, Citrus, Hernando, Pasco, and Pinellas County, which is pretty big. It's kind of like the Nature Coast and beyond. We have, in all those counties, we have 10 or less psychiatrists or therapists that are specific for these children with ADHD, anxiety, depression. I don't have the whole list of everything because all my stuff is in the truck. But there's counties that are even worse that have less than, less than 5, and it's a ginormous area. I'm going to see if I can pull that slide, or I'll see if I can get it from Bob so I can show you what the distribution in Florida. And I had mentioned to this guy that a family had been referred to us by Pasco County Sheriff's Victims Advocate. Is he was looking for a therapist for his teenagers, and this was a month and a half ago, and he wasn't going to be able to get them in until like about now. And these kids are at extreme high risk. So is dad. But these are teenagers, like 13 to 16. 13, yeah, one was 13, the other was 16. And I called this clinic in particular, and we did a workaround. It wasn't totally ideal, and I shared this with this gentleman, and we have a new contact, great contact for the foundation, which I am so grateful that the universe worked the way that it did. So he is like, that's not even really acceptable. And he said, you keep my contact information, and I will help you with this. So so we can work to make this better. And this mental health initiatives program, Building Bridges, is just going to help facilitate that even better. And if we can get it all throughout Florida in all our Rotary districts, we have some districts that are like north central, that the help is even more scarce. It it's just going to be a good thing for our youth. So we're super, super excited to be a part of it. I have been from the very beginning when I found out about it. And I forgot this last week, we had a meeting at 12:30. So we have standing meetings with all the chairs for the districts that have this action group in Florida, so we can help each other and move this initiative forward and get these local health clinics on board, so that we can get more help out there to people. It's so exciting. And it was like when I found out that he deleted my email without looking at it, I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? And I kind of had a plan, but I didn't need the plan because the universe put this other guy right in front of me. So I'm really super hoping that we get to work together to get this up and going for our district, for our area. So it just sometimes is exhausting, and it exhausts my brain, but in a good way for the most part. So also, because of all this stuff going on, and we added our new venture, our Pasco Walk for Hope. And I worked all last week, and the registration is active and live. So you can just scan that QR code, and you can register as an individual. You can register a team, or you can register as joining a team, or you can register as a volunteer. And I amazed myself totally. I mean, I do have to say, I created the forms and got it on our website, got the links working. I did get an email the other day that one of the at the end, I didn't have something right, but I was able to go in and fix it, and we have people registering already. So that is just super exciting. I am amazed at the outpouring of support that we are getting from this walk. And now I have even I worked all last week, the week before, getting the forms ready to get everybody to be able to register. And now it's okay, vendors and sponsors. I'm like, I haven't even got that far yet. So before Art for Hope, in the next couple of weeks, we will have available sponsors for the walk, vendor applications, and we'll have all that available at least by Art for Hope. So, because as soon as we get in with Art for Hope, we're going to have to pivot for the walk. But we're super excited at the response that we're getting is just totally amazing. And like I said, we're super excited about it. But like the flyer says, we launched pre-registration August 23rd, which happened to be my birthday and our 33rd wedding anniversary. But it was a good day. It was a good day. I went out to lunch. My neighbor took me and a friend. We went to lunch at In on Golf, which is my favorite restaurant. And it's a restaurant. It's probably the only restaurant that I can go to that Bobby and I went to a lot because we would go there for my birthday and anniversary and on his birthday. And but it was good. And there were two other people there that were celebrating their birthdays. So that was really kind of cool. And then later in the day, I went to a fundraiser for a friend of ours, Denise O'Brien, who's battling cancer for the third time. That's where I ran into Lynn and was so excited to see her. Actually, I ran into a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a while. And so that was really cool. So it ended up being, a really a pretty good day for a day that tends to be a little difficult for me. So with that, I'm going to switch over to our quote for today, which still kind of goes into that thing, which is each day within me, I fight a silent battle of surviving yet another day without you. And, even though that I do all this stuff, that's still in my heart. I do pretty good sometimes trying to hide it, but sometimes I don't. So even just know that when I'm here and I'm, kind of acting like I'm acting happy, sometimes it's not that way. Put these numbers in your phone 988. Remember, you could be the one to give someone hope because there's always hope. Thanks.